What happens when a simple business promotion turns into a major conversation about image, confidence, and whether someone's partner was right all along? That is exactly what happened after LaTisha Scott shared a promotional video connected to Scott Realty. And instead of only receiving praise for putting her business forward, the internet quickly turned the conversation in another direction. Fans began debating everything from the presentation of the video to LaTisha's outfit choice, her professional image, and whether the criticism was fair or completely unnecessary. But the biggest discussion came from an unexpected place, the long-running conversation about Marsau Scott's role in LaTisha's decisions. For years, viewers have had strong opinions about Marsau and LaTisha's relationship. Some fans have accused Marsau of being too controlling, while others believe he has been trying to guide LaTisha and help her build a stronger public image. Now, after this latest controversy, some viewers are asking a surprising question. Was Marsau actually seeing something that others refused to notice? Or is this another example of fans judging a reality TV personality too harshly based on one moment? Today, we're breaking down the Scott Realty promotion controversy, the fan reactions, the debate surrounding LaTisha and Marsau, and why this situation has people talking long after the video was posted. A business promotion is supposed to create excitement. It is supposed to highlight success, confidence, and professionalism. But when LaTisha Scott posted a promotional video for Scott Realty, the conversation quickly became much bigger than just real estate. Instead of the focus staying only on the company, viewers began analyzing the way the promotion was presented. Some fans questioned whether the video matched the image of a serious real estate brand, while others felt the criticism was unnecessary and that LaTisha was simply promoting her business in her own style. And this is where the controversy became interesting. Because this was not just about an outfit or a marketing video. This became another chapter in the ongoing discussion about LaTisha Scott's public image and her relationship with Marsau Scott. For years, fans of Love and Marriage, Huntsville have watched LaTisha and Marsau navigate their marriage, business decisions, and public criticism. Their relationship has always created strong reactions because viewers often see two very different personalities. LaTisha has often been portrayed as someone trying to build her confidence, establish herself professionally, and prove that she can create her own success. Marsau, on the other hand, has frequently been viewed as someone who has strong opinions about business, presentation, and strategy. Some viewers believe his advice comes from experience and that he wants LaTisha to succeed. Others feel his approach can sometimes come across as controlling. So when fans criticized this Scott Realty promotion, many people immediately connected it back to that bigger conversation. The question became, was this just another unfair internet pile-on? Or did this moment reveal something about branding, professionalism, and the importance of understanding how the public sees your business? That is what made this controversy interesting. It was not simply about a video. It became a debate about image, marriage dynamics, and whether criticism can sometimes contain a valuable lesson. To understand why this situation received so much attention, it is important to look at the history behind LaTisha and Marsau Scott. Their journey on reality television has always involved conversations about ambition, business, and personal growth. From the beginning, LaTisha has been shown as someone interested in entrepreneurship and building a successful career. Real estate has been a major part of her identity, and Scott Realty represents more than just a business name. It represents her desire to create something connected to her own goals. But being a public figure comes with a different type of pressure. When someone owns a business while also appearing on reality television, every decision can become part of a larger public conversation. The way they dress, the way they speak, the way they market themselves, the way they handle criticism. Everything becomes open for discussion. And this is something LaTisha has experienced many times throughout her reality TV journey. Fans have often debated her choices, her confidence, and the way she presents herself. Some viewers believe she has grown tremendously over the years, becoming more independent and outspoken. Others argue that she still needs stronger guidance when it comes to public perception and business branding. That is where Marsau's name often enters the conversation. Marsau has always presented himself as someone who focuses heavily on business strategy. Whether viewers agree with his methods or not, one thing is clear. He cares about how things are presented. Throughout their time in the spotlight, viewers have seen moments where Marsau gives his opinions about business decisions, appearances, and professional situations. Some fans interpret those moments as support. Others interpret them differently. And that difference in interpretation is exactly why this latest controversy created such a divided reaction. For some viewers, the Scott Realty promotion was evidence that LaTisha might need more attention toward branding and presentation. For others, it was another example of people judging a woman's appearance instead of focusing on her accomplishments. The debate was never just about the video. It was about everything that came before it. One of the biggest reasons this situation became a discussion is because of the difference between personal style and professional branding. In today's world, especially with social media, business owners are not only selling a product or service, they are also selling trust. A real estate professional is often asking people to make one of the biggest financial decisions of their lives. Because of that, many customers look for signs of confidence, reliability, and professionalism. This is why some viewers felt the Scott Realty promotion deserved criticism. Their argument was not necessarily about LaTisha personally. Instead, they believed the marketing represented a company, and companies often need a consistent public image. However, another group of viewers pushed back. They argued that women in business are constantly judged more harshly for their appearance than their actual achievements. They questioned why the conversation focused so heavily on clothing or presentation instead of discussing LaTisha's business accomplishments. And this is where the controversy becomes more complicated. Both sides are reacting to different things. One side is looking at branding. The other side is looking at unfair judgment. But underneath all of this is the bigger question about feedback. When does criticism become helpful advice? And when does it become unnecessary negativity? That is the challenge many public figures face. The moment someone shares their work publicly, they open the door to opinions from thousands of people who do not personally know them. Some opinions may be thoughtful. Some may be exaggerated. Some may simply come from existing opinions people already have about that person. And because LaTisha and Marsau already have a complicated history with viewers, people are naturally going to interpret new situations through that lens. Fans who already believe Marsau has good intentions may look at this controversy and say, maybe this proves he was trying to help. But fans who have criticized Marsau in the past may respond, this is exactly why people feel he tries to control situations. The same event can create completely different conclusions depending on what someone already believes. As the discussion spread online, fans had very different reactions. Some viewers were surprised because they felt the criticism was too intense. They believed LaTisha should be allowed to promote her company in a way that represents her personality. They argued that confidence and authenticity are also important parts of branding. Other viewers felt differently. They believed that when promoting a business, especially one connected to luxury and professionalism, details matter. They felt that presentation plays a major role in how potential customers perceive a company. The interesting part is that many fans were not only discussing LaTisha, they were discussing Marsau. Some viewers admitted that even though they have criticized Marsau in the past, they understood his point of view about business image. Others refused to change their opinion, saying that support should not come in the form of controlling someone's choices. This created a larger conversation about relationships. How should couples handle business criticism? When one partner has more experience, how should advice be given? And when does guidance become pressure? These are questions that many couples can relate to, even outside of reality television. The reason fans continue discussing LaTisha and Marsau is because their relationship represents a dynamic that many people recognize. Two people with different personalities, different approaches, different opinions about success. And when those differences happen publicly, viewers naturally become part of the conversation. Beyond this specific controversy, the situation connects to a much larger theme in reality television. Public image has become one of the most valuable things a celebrity or entrepreneur can have. A single post can influence how people view a person or a brand. A single video can create praise, criticism, or a viral debate. For reality stars, this pressure is even stronger because audiences feel like they already know them. Viewers watch their lives, their relationships, and their struggles. They form opinions. They choose sides. And sometimes they become emotionally invested in decisions that are actually very personal. For LaTisha, this moment is about more than one promotional video. It represents the challenge of balancing authenticity with professionalism. For Marsau, it raises questions about how viewers interpret his role as a husband and business partner. Is he someone trying to help? Is he someone who wants control? Or is the truth somewhere in between? The answer may depend on who you ask. But one thing is clear. This controversy shows how quickly conversations around reality stars can move beyond the original situation. A business video became a conversation about marriage. A style choice became a conversation about professionalism. And a social media post became another chapter in the ongoing debate surrounding the Scott family. But the biggest question still remains. Will this controversy actually change how LaTisha approaches her brand moving forward? Will fans continue focusing on her presentation, or will they start paying more attention to her achievements as a business owner? And perhaps the most interesting question of all, will this moment make viewers rethink their opinions about Marsau's advice? Because whether people support him or criticize him, this situation has forced fans to look at something they have debated for years: the difference between control and guidance. Sometimes the same action can be viewed in completely different ways depending on the relationship, the timing, and the intention behind it. And that is why this conversation is unlikely to disappear anytime soon. Because at the center of it all is not just a promotional video. It is a question about growth, image, partnership, and what it really takes to succeed when millions of people are watching. At the end of the day, the Scott Realty promotion controversy became about much more than a single video. It opened up a bigger conversation about business, branding, relationships, and the challenges that come with living life in the public eye. Some fans believe LaTisha Scott deserves credit for continuing to build her business and put herself out there despite criticism. They believe entrepreneurs should be allowed to express themselves and create their own identity. Others believe that when you are representing a business, especially in an industry like real estate, presentation and public image matter. They feel that feedback, even when it is uncomfortable, can sometimes help someone improve. And then there is the ongoing debate about Marsau Scott. For years, viewers have questioned his approach, his personality, and the way he communicates with LaTisha. Some see his advice as support from someone who understands business. Others see it as a reminder of the disagreements they have always had about their relationship. But maybe the biggest lesson from this situation is that success does not only come from talent or hard work. It also comes from understanding perception, learning from feedback, and knowing how to evolve. Whether you agree with the criticism or believe LaTisha was judged unfairly, one thing is certain: people are still talking. And that means this conversation has connected with viewers in a powerful way. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think fans were too harsh about LaTisha's Scott Realty promotion? Or do you think the criticism about branding and professionalism was fair? And what do you think about Marsau's role in this situation? Was he offering valuable guidance? Or do you think viewers have a reason to question his approach? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because we want to know where you stand. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you hit that like button, because it helps the channel reach more reality TV fans. Subscribe for more celebrity news, reality TV drama, and deep conversations behind the headlines. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss the next story. Because when the cameras stop rolling, the real conversations often begin.